Good morning, Canadian in your heart. My name's Alyssa, and today we're going to do a turtle, but I am just going to show quick progress. So I didn't get a lot done. I did get the two pockets, and there he is. And these are 3 1/4. Here, let me just turn that on. And you can see 3 1/4. So that's what I've gotten done. So I'm just working on the border. I will be finishing that today. This is the little guy we're going to be doing. My bestie Amy wanted a turtle, so here's my turtle. And I do hope to earn your like and subscription today. I'm going to move over to my overhead cam, and I'll see you in a second. So I do realize on the camera it does look like this yarn is blue. It's not showing that it is a deep forest green. The color is actually deep spruce. It is a deep dark forest green. This is a Premier Just Chenille. You get them at Dollar Tree, so they're about $4 a ball. They do have 65 yards in it. It is a 6 super bulky. They do recommend an 8 hook and an 8 needle. We are going to be working with a 6. It is the one I used to make him. This is the underside of him. So we're going to do that as well. And then for the bits in the head and that, I ended up using Red Heart Comfort yarn, mainly because of the color, Seafoam. It worked for the color that I wanted for the turtle. So let's just get this area cleaned up a bit and we will get started. Alrighty, so I started with there. So a smidge. And we're going to start with a magic circle. And I'm going to start with 6, 2, just a little bit, and you're going to do 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Hold that tight. And as you can see, I didn't use a lot for the first. I mean, the 50-gram ball did him fully, and I mean, that was the turtle shell. Barely used any out of these. So you can definitely get more than just one turtle out of them. This will be my second, and I'm still probably going to have plenty left over. So now what you're going to do is you're going to increase both stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, increase again. So this time it's 1 increase. 1 increase. 2, 1 and increase, and you do that all the way to the end. And actually, one thing I didn't grab is polyfill, so that's another thing I did use. And obviously I used just, I think those are, I don't know how big a size of safety eyes, but I did just use a fairly small size because he's a little tiny turtle. So, and Aim, this guy is for you. I have not worked on your octopus yet. That will be next. But this guy is the one you asked for first. Measure just to make sure I get it right. So I got 3 more rows. You can see 1, 2, and then a third one. Actually, we'll measure when we get there. So this will be 2, 1, 2, increase, 1, 2. Oh, and this one is actually colored light caramel, just in case. And I did happen to find them at my local Dollar Tree. 1, 2. So I do recommend try dollar stores, try your Walmart, try Michael's, Lens Mills, and also look for any stores nearby. Just Google yarn shops. A lot of times that'll help you find them. There's usually one in an area. You should be able to find them. It's usually what I do, or my husband will drive past and he'll see something because he's on road service tech, so he's kind of always on the road. Therefore, he does get to travel a lot of places, allowing him to find things that most people wouldn't find. So a lot of times I do recommend just go hunting for it. If you want it, go search for it. Slip stitch. And we'll measure one more. So I'm pretty sure there's at least one more row. And no, I didn't write it down at all. I just worked them out. Saw which sizes I liked. This is 3 now, and then increase. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And for the upper shell, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're just going to do a couple more rows because you want it a little bit larger. So it is absolutely the same thing. 2, 3. Increase. I think I did 5 increases. Pretty sure is what I did, but we'll see. 2 and 3. There's an increase. 1, 2, 3. Increase. And we're on to the last one. 1, 2, 3. And here's our final increase. 2 and slip stitch, and that should be the bottom. We'll just double check. Oh yeah, that is the size I did at the bottom. So we're going to trim the tail. Not a huge one. Don't really need a huge one. We are going to pull all these lovely green fibers off, which yet again, as I said, I do realize the camera is making it look bluish, but they are actually a nice deep dark green. So it does look like a good turtle. It's just the camera is not quite picking up the right colors. And you will find that. That's why when you order yarn or whatever, I try to just accept what you get, because you're gonna get what you think and it may not show up the same thing. Okay, that one through. Turn this one in as well. And then we'll start the green one. And I don't want to darn in with the brown, the caramel. So that's why we're going to just darn in these ends. Make sure you don't have a tight end, because if you do pull it out, it will, like if I'd have cut it there, it would have been an extremely short tail and it would cause problems. So you do want to make sure you just kind of pull your tails, making sure they're not bunched up. And if you notice, that's what I mean by the little fluffies that come off of chenille yarn. It is what happens. I do not know if this yarn is washable. I have not washed this guy for obvious reasons. I don't like to wash stuffies, And if I actually do, I don't try to put them in the dryer. So now we gotta find this end. And as I said, it's going to be the exact same process. You're just gonna do a couple extra rows of increase. So you're gonna keep going on the increase. So 1, 2, and 6. Now, as you see, it can get very frustrating when trying to cast on a magic circle. It really can. But practice gets you there. Practice starts you to learn how to handle it and learn how to do it. And that is the only thing you got to do, is you just got to teach yourself how to do it. Now we're going to do crease in each stitch. Spot there. Just gonna, I didn't like the looks of that. It did not feel like I was getting the right stitch, so I went back, grabbed the right stitch. Oh, now I can increase. So 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And if you noticed there, it didn't look like I had that 6th stitch, but I still proceeded to add the extra stitches, so I'm not having to frog it to redo it. I do think I can handle that. Swiss chenille is a very forgiving yarn. You really won't see the mistakes. So yet again, this is 1 increase. But chenille is a very, very forgiving yarn. It really does hide mistakes, but it's also harder to work with. So you take your pros and your cons with what you decide. And chenille yarn does have this tendency to what is called running, and it will pull fray on you, and it will do that when it does it on older chenille shirts, blankets. It is just what it does. We call it worming. So it'll worm its way out and make it look like it's got a bunch of these tails hanging out. It is just what this yarn likes to do. There's not much you can do about it. Just, there we go. So I'm going to keep increasing. Like I said, you want to go to about 5 of these. So like I said, there's 2 and then increase. You want to do 5 stitches in between each increase. And I will join back when we get there. Okay, so here we are. Want it to be a little bit larger because you're going to sew it basically on, and you want it to dome. So I'm just going to trim this guy. Now, we're not going to sew it yet, and there's a reason I say that. We're going to sew it when, we'll darn this one in, but we want to sew it once I'm done the head and the feet, because they want to be sewn pretty close to the gold, and then you sew over top of them. I'll show you how I mean. Just going to darn in this edge. There we go. Trim that. There. So now we're done with those 2, and we're going to start the red heart. So for this, we're going to use the same. You could change because it is a different yarn. I didn't. You will see a little bit of that. I know there's people out there who do not like to see through it. You know what? Maybe we will change then. How about we go down a size? So we will do, let's see if I can find it. There, we'll do a 5, not a 6. So do the 5. That'll be a little bit smaller. I'm going to do a magic circle. And what you're going to want to do in this magic circle is you're going to start with 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. So now my head will be a little bit smaller than what I have here, but that's all right. Grab that stitch right there and you pull it tight. 1, 2. Now you're going to go 1 and increase. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, I don't think I did that. I think. Sorry. I'm just going to cast on 6. That's what it looks like. Like I said, didn't write it down. Should have. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to work on the head. Tight. Stitch properly. 1, 2. So this will be an increase row. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you're going to slip stitch that last one. And now, because we're doing the head and I don't want the tail in the way, this is where I will darn the tail up. Because, as I've said, they bother me when they're not darned up. And the less stuff in the way, the better. Keeps you from getting confused, getting the wrong tail, using the wrong yarn. All of those things have happened. So just trim that. Now, 2, 1, crease, 1, 2, and you're going to follow that all the way around. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. You're going to continue to increase just like you did for the shell. Not 100% sure how far we're going to go. So there's 1. We definitely want more than 1. Let me just see if I can see how many increases are here. So that's 1, 2. Appears to me that it's just 3. So we'll try that. So 1. This one is 1, 2, and then increase. So if I'm right, the next one should be the last increase row. increase. Oh, that one. 1, 2, and increase. 1, 2. 1, 2, increase. 1, 2, increase. I'm going to do 3 and increase, and then I'm going to measure it. 2, 6. 2, so this is 3. 1, 2, 3, and then increase. I'm going to do this all the way to the end. 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, increase. All right. Okay, so as you see, 3 is too much, so I'm going to pull this last row out. It was probably 2 then. What we'll do is we'll just stitch around. And we'll see if it sits like a cap on him. So no increase on this one now, so it's only 2 rows, 2 stitches, and then increase is the highest you go. Sometimes you don't, if you don't write it down, you do have to try and figure things out. It is the way it goes. And I do know I did a few rows without an increase. I will count them in just a sec. Should be the right size. See in a second. And then you're just going to repeat this particular row with no increases for, let's see. Oh yeah, that'll fit right. So that's pretty good. Now, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then you do 4 rows, no increase. I will be back when we're done that. So I just measured him, and I'm pretty sure he is a little too big. So the head's a little too large. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to frog back. Pretty sure this was an increase row. So it's 1, 1, 2. So I'm not going to have the third increase row because I think the 2 will do it. So now I will do 4 rows. Just it was a little too large. I mean, you can keep him that size. I don't like the larger, too large head. I like a smaller head. This guy's head likes to stand up sometimes and not always. So I'm going to keep going with my 4 rows now. And when I come back, I will put the eyes on and the mouth. I'll show you that when we get back. All right, so now that we've gotten that far, we're going to start doing the eyes. So this is a kit you can get off of Amazon. It has all kinds of different colored eyes. I tend to like going for the little black ones for this style. And these are the backs you're going to use. Hello, Willow. Well, Willow's here to help. Hi, buddy. Yes, hello. But this is not a good time, bud. All right, I'm going to pause the camera and I will be back when he goes away. Sorry about that. He is a demanding little boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to go down 5 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are going to do eye placements. So you want to do 1, 2, 5. So right around here. And you definitely want to do this before you stuff it or you get things too full. Yes, Willow. 2, 3, 1, 2. Too far enough this time. That's why. Hello, you're back, huh? Yes, I know you want attention. So now, don't touch the camera, mister. Animals and kids, you gotta love them both. Now, I'm gonna pause again. All right, yes, he is still here, driving me nuts, but I'm gonna put him down. And we're going to put the back on there. And now we're going to unscrew these. These are a really good tool. I cannot say enough good things about these. And you want to try and click it. It didn't click, but it did go through. So if you notice that, it did go through. So we'll do that again. Apparently these ones don't click. There, he went in there without me having to use that. So you can do it. Now we will grab my lighter. And as I've shown this before, lighter down a bit so I'm not hitting the camera up. And flatten that out. And if you don't like it, it's not enough for you, keep going. Just flatten it out. I do recommend these Toker Pokers. They are a Canadian company. They are from Toronto. They are great for flattening things like this out. So, get a nice good flatten on it. And that will prevent them from pulling back out on your stuffy. So there's my eyes. So there's that. We are going to keep going down. So that's 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. 8 looks like it's yet another one. So I'm going to do, I will close these up, get them out of here. So now we're going to do number 8. And it looks as if it's just a regular row. So we're going to just continue on. And the next row we're going to change. So the next row we're going to be doing decreases and increases to move the neck around. Because we want the neck to go back a bit. Because like a turtle's neck would be. Now, I'm probably going to do the mouth first. I don't like how my mouths turn out. But I don't have an alternative yet. And eventually I'll get good enough to maybe like them. So we're just going to do this guy. So this is pretty much where the mouth is. So I'm going to do one decrease row and then I will do the mouth because you don't want, you're not actually losing any stitches. You're just, oh, pardon me, you're moving them. So you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. That's your first decrease. 1, 2. And then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to increase and increase 3. 1, 2, and 3. Actually, no, that did that the wrong way around. You want to increase at the back and decrease in the front. So we're going to 1, and then 2, and then you're going to do the 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, and this is the decrease, so 1, 2, so that's 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to go 1, 2, 3 is a decrease, and there you go. So there's 1, and now you're pulling the front in and you're pulling the back out. I'm going to do the mouth now, so I just have to find my black, whatever I've done with it. There we go. Here it is. So there's my black. Do tail. So this is just that milk cotton that I've gotten, that I've used in other projects. And then you're just going to take needle, turn them on. I want the smile to start right about there. So you're going to come up. And you're going to angle it right about there. Come to about here. I'm going to do that a couple of times. 2. Here, and you're going to go up a bit on this side, and you're just going to go down a couple times on this side. As I said, that back one, ooh, that is one thing you do want to be careful of doing when you're working in, ooh, that sucked. When you're working with a back, I ended up accidentally looping the back of the head in on this one, so we're just going to undo this. Pull back here. Pull it off of that, and then restring that, because we don't want to grab the back of the head. So you want to go out to here again. That you don't want to have happen. You definitely want your tail in the back. So there. And as I said, just up here a little bit off. I'm going to make that smile just a little bit larger. Do that too. That if you'd like. Just like the look of it a bit bigger. Double that right there. Push them together. Back. Just do that a couple more times just to level out the mouth. Just a few more times. And then you want to pull it through the back and tie it so it does not come undone. Your mouth. Tight. Trim that off. And then push the head through. As I said, my mouths are not my favorite, but learn just to accept them as is. Now you're going to repeat the last row. So you're going to go 1, 2, increase a couple. Oh, don't fall. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to go all the way to the front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it would be 6, 7, and you're going to decrease. 2, front, right back so you don't see them. And it may seem like I'm fiddling with the front, and I kind of am, but I want it to look right. As you noticed, I just pulled the tail out, so I'm just going to tie them again real quick. There. That looks better. And then you're going to do there, and you're going to decrease this one here. Actually, you're supposed to increase that one. 1, and then 1, 2. What that does, as I said, is it creates a curl effect. Now we're going to do one more. You're getting there. And this time we're going to decrease 1, 2, 2, 2. I'm just going to go around decreasing all around the back. 1, 2, 2. And that last one. And there. Now we're going to do a couple more rows, just all right. Now we're just going to stuff them and finish them off. I think. Maybe one more. Just give you a bit of length to its neck. So you don't want to cut off too soon because you really do want the ability to tie him in. Just kind of fill after this row. And then we're going to be working on the feet, and you're going to do 4 of them and then 1 little tail. So there we go. And I am going to leave a tail on this guy. There we go. Through. Now you're going to fill this up with stuffing. fill him up. You don't want to overfill him, but you do want him to be full and plump. As I've said, with me, I just use an old pillow or something I have kicking around. I do have a bag of fill, but I haven't started it because I still have some pillows I'm trying to use up. Notice it has traveled, which is what we want. I'm just going to put all this in. I do know there will be people out there that do not like the fact that you can see through and you can see the white, but I am okay with it. So that's the head. And now we're going to do the feet. So for the feet, we did 6 magic rings. So now you want to do 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Now I did not increase on this. Tighten it up. Oops. Grab this top stitch there. And then you just want to increase, or not increase, just continue on. So 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Just keep going up. 2, 6 again. 1, 2. And if you wonder why I tighten that and I darn it in, because you see how he's loose? Now he's tight. You always want to tighten it and darn it in, even if you don't think it's going to be seen. You want to keep it from undoing so you do not see inside that. That is important. It is a very important step with amigurumi. It is very, very important that you do not have it come back open. That's why we're just going to go around, circle. I just like to try and circle those first few stitches, and then it also gets the tail out of the way. Therefore, it's not in your way, and it's not bugging you. And the only tail you have is your working thread. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. So you're going to do 5 rows, and you can always count if you lose track. So 1, 2, so we're doing 3. 6, slip stitch, 1 more, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, yet again, slip stitch. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I think I did one extra, but I'm all right with that. So this one will have 6. Count. And I like to push them through because I like the side. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5. Nope, we did it right. So then I'm going to grab just a tiny bit of fluff and you shove it in just so it keeps its shape. You don't want to lose its shape because it doesn't need much, it just needs a tiny, tiny bit. But you do not want it to lose its shape. Now, what I did when I finished them, just left it like that, nicely stuffed. And I'm going to do 3 more just like that. So when I finish, I will show you how to do the tail. So I was just thinking that I didn't speak much about the mouth. If you really wanted, you could use embroidery thread, you could use anything. I just happen to have that milk cotton. It works for me. So that's why that is what I use. And you can just keep molding them until you get them to a shape you really like them in. And as I said, there's going to be people that do not like that. It's because I use such a large hook on such a small yarn, because it is not the same yarn. But I really wanted the look of the different color, because I tried and I tried and I tried, and I felt that having a different colored green on a turtle was important. So, actually, how about I just show you how to do the tail? I haven't gotten the 3 feet yet, but I will do the tail. So, that's my cast on. 1, 2, 3. That's all I want. You only want 3 on this one. And then you're going to grab that stitch and you're going to slip stitch. And you're going to do 3 again. So 1, 2, 3. Grab that. What rows did I do? 1, 2, 3. So 3 rows for that. So that was 1. This is 2. 2. And 3. I do not believe I filled the stuffed the tail. It's 3. Right. And we did 2. So now 1, 2, that's 3. Right in there. 1 more. 2. I'm going to do 4 on this guy, just a little bit at the base because turtle tails kind of widen a bit. And this will be our final row. 2. And we're just going to slip stitch that last guy. So now there's your tail, just a nice little tail. You're going to want to trim this up, darn these 2 ends. We're not stuffing this one, but I will push them through because I like the look of it this way. I find this is a good look. Instead of worrying about the tail, I'm just going to tie them together. So that way that will prevent it from unraveling. So there we go. There's the tail. Now I just have to do 3 more feet, and when I come back, I will show you. All right, so here we go. We've got all 4 legs. Hello, Salem. Daddy's a good boy. So here we're going to start. Yes, Salem. You're being a pain now. All right, so this, yes. What? I know. But I have to sew this up, mister, and show people how to do that. Oh, but your mom. So what I want to do is I want to start with the head, I think. I started with the tail last time, so I was going to do that again. But I think I want to make sure that I get the head right. So we're going to sew here, and you're going to just try and sew him like that. Yes, Salem, I see you there, my buddy. Just keep sewing that up. What you do is come in here, and you want to sew it up this way. So that way it is completely sewn on. Yes, big boy. Can I help you? So you're going to do that. Then you're going to come over here, sew one of these feet on. I am going to tie this one up. Come in here, and I'm just going to darn it in. So that way I don't have to worry about it. There we go. So there he is. There's the back of the head. Trim that. Now we're going to put on a foot. I'm going to do the same thing. We are going to grab here, and you want a bit of a space. You want to skip a stitch or two, and you're going to want to put the foot like this. And you just kind of go around the bottom of the foot. That way. And I'm going to bring this one in, and then I'm going to come to the top and tie the top in. And darn this guy in. Go. Do a little bit more than that, just in case. And then you're going to go to the back. So you're going to want to put it right about there. Yep, okay, you can see it well. So I'm going to attach it to that stitch right there. So if you need to know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 7th stitch is where I attached it, but I'm going to go closer to that last foot. So it really, if you were to do the front of it, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you grab the foot. Yes, you're sharpening those claws, mister. And now what I'd like to do is darn you in. And then we're going to do the tail. And he's going to go right in between. So here's your tail. And he is going to go right there. So you're going to have about a stitch in between the two, I think. See in just a sec. I'm pretty sure. Right here. That tail is long, isn't it? And then you just come in. That one. And like I said, hi, buddy. You do 3. Oh, good kitty. Such a good boy. Come up to the top. Grab it, go through the top. Grab it and go through the top. Oop, I lost a tail. No, yes, mister. I don't know if you can hear him meowing at me, but he keeps meowing. And then you're gonna darn this guy in. Just kind of darn him in. And as I said, I did do this on purpose. I mean, there are as many ways you can attach them, but I do think that having them all attached to the brown will make it a much sturdier project, because this way, if there is by chance a way they get off, there, if they somehow finds a way to pull itself apart, which sometimes can happen. Oh, hello, Willow. You're back, huh? Daddy came and said hi. Now it's your turn. I apologize if he jumps in front of the camera. He is probably about to. Then you just keep darning this in. That's a good place for you, Salem. You big boy. Just turn it back, making sure that it can't come undone easily. But if by chance they're a little rougher on it than you were expecting, this should hopefully prevent any problems of the feet falling off or whatever. Then as I said, you just want, so there's about 2 stitches in there. And I know the head is a little floppy. A lot of times heads on amigurumi are a little more floppy. There are very good videos to watch on different techniques. One of my favorite is Elise Rose Crochet. She is very good crochet artist. She is mostly an amigurumi artist, and she has some beautiful patterns. She's a really good artist. This one would bug her because she would see the holes. The same with Faded Wildflower, yet another video YouTuber I like to watch for crochet. There's not many of them. I do only like a couple. By all means, if you want to leave a comment down below as to who's your favorite YouTuber that you watch, it will be great. And you do not have to say me, although I will take it. So now you're going to take the chenille and you're going to sew all the way around. So you're just going to go through both if you have to. And you're just going to sew it to the gold edge. And you're just going to keep going back and forth. I am going to have to get another... Oh, there's Willow. Hello, Willow. Here he comes. Hi, baby. So I'm going to pause it, finish going around, pause it. I will stuff it, and we will be back when we're done. So there he generally is, and like I said, his head is a little down. So what you want to do, or what you can do, you don't have to, but what I like to do, just to finish him off, is to grab that stitch and go right in there. And you're going to just tie that up. And because of that, now his head will hold up a little bit higher. This is how I choose to handle the neck. So there he is. I'm just going to darn in the ends. And there he is. Hope you like him, Maine. And I hope to earn your like and subscription today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again. Bye.